Hello, welcome to the Joe Cortez Show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment capital of the world. Well, again, my co-host, Shelly Stevens.
Hi, I'm Shelly. Nice to be here with you guys.
Okay, we have a special guest today, a repeated guest, a beautiful young lady who has a lot of talent and doing a lot of good things for you guys out there and for the entertainment world. Emily Connor Cooper.
Hi, nice to be here.
Okay.
Nice to see you and Shelly today.
Yeah, good to have you get on the show.
Yeah.
Emily, you're doing a lot of good things for the community and for the world. You've been involved in entertainment most of your life, meeting people and being married to somebody very, very popular as well. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Well, I'm originally from Texas, but I lived most of my life so far, 21 years in New York, and I love New York. I actually worked at NBC and CBS. I was in the entertainment business there, and I worked on Broadway. And I actually started my own production company there. And then I met Pat Cooper at the Friars Club one day, and everything went to hell after that.
Friars Club is one of my favorite locations on 55th Street between Madison and Park Avenue.
That's right.
I remember very well. They closed it down, I think, last year, right?
Yes, it's very sad we lost the Friars Club. But a lot of the Friars who were members, who were still with us, stay together on Facebook. They have a Refriars Club Facebook page, and it's really fun because everybody kind of sticks together and tells old stories and shares old photos. But the Friars Club was really a special thing that just, the era's over. And we have to just sort of, just like the old era of Vegas, the golden era of Las Vegas is over. We have to embrace the new era, right?
I agree 100% with you.
Yeah.
And just like all the rock music, it's different compared to the music back in the day, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin,
That's right.
Sammy Davis and all those. And some of those have been good friends of Pat and yourself as well.
Yeah, and Quincy Jones, I saw recently after he passed, people have been showing a lot of footage of him. Quincy Jones even talked about how fortunate he was to live so long through so many different phases of music, through everything. He got to be with everybody, into rap, and he did so much. And so the Friars Club was really something that was a special, just flash in time. And we have to embrace the new day.
It was a beautiful place. I used to like to go there with Lou Puro, who was one of the members there. He was the owner of the El San Juan Hotel. And I used to be a manager for him, the casino operations manager for the El San Juan Corporation. But I was with him in Puerto Rico also with the El Conquistador Hotel, where I was the executive manager of the hotel.
Oh.
But he just take me to the Friars Club every so often for lunch. I used to love to go there, see all the VIPs there. I was kind of shy to meet so many celebrities back in those days,
Yeah.
And I wonder if Pat was one of the guys that I met back in those days. I don't even recall maybe I did. Yeah.
He didn't hang out there a lot, but he was the big roaster. He was the closer of the roast for the most part,
Right. He was very, very funny.
And he always made fun of the fact that they left him till the end because he didn't have a script, and he was able to close and make fun of everybody else in the room.
He didn't need a script. This guy was a real pro.
Yeah.
It's so funny. When Emily and I first met, it was like we clicked just like we were long-lost sisters. I swear, we had so much in common. And we met her like one night when we were performing at Lola's, and she happened to be there, and she requested this song that Wesley and I love so much, and it's called "You Don't Have to Be a Star," and it was by Marilyn McCoo and her husband Billy Davis. And when I was a little girl growing up, everybody on my block, they wanted to be Aretha Franklin, but I was like, no, I want to be Marilyn McCoo. And anyway, so when we did that song, and she requested it, we're like, oh my God, it's like one of my favorite songs, and we knew right away we were going to be good friends. We're so happy to have you here.
Well, thank you. No.
So tell me, Emily, now you coming up with your own show now coming up. Tell me a little bit about your show. You're back.
So I will be launching a show soon. It's going to be Legends and Laughs, which will be all about essentially Las Vegas talent yesterday and today.
Okay.
Telling stories, talking about their shows. And Ron Garrett, the radio host, came to me with an idea. It was a while ago, and I said, I don't know if I want to do this. But he said, he came up with a good plan, and it's all come to fruition now. And I'm excited about it because I'm extremely passionate about not only the entertainers here who are still here. It's a wonderful place to live and to perform. But the history of this town it's just so rich and exciting. But like I was saying earlier, we have to sort of, as much as we love the era of yesterday, the golden era of Las Vegas, of the small strip, when Pat used to say, "Oh, you could see the mountains," and it was so magical on the strip, and it was just a small little place. But it's grown into a different place now,
Exactly.
and every city in the country has.
Exactly.
But my show is going to be about celebrating the yesterday, but also embracing today. And the future.
I think that's going to be a great show.
It is.
I think our viewers out there are going to have a great time watching this show. Going to be bringing on a lot of talent, a lot of celebrities, and people that are of interest. Because not everybody has a show like yours. Yours is really special because talking about yesteryears and what's happening today, people want to say, you got the young crowd say, well, what was that back in the old days? Well, think about your grandparents back like us back in the days.
Right.
What was our life about? It was a lot of fun back in those days too,
And everybody has stories about Vegas. One way, yes, whether it's yesterday or today.
Right.
But I've met a lot of people through Pat, but I also have met a lot of people myself who, because it's a small town, right? But it's interesting and it's rich and just history and stories, and so I got kind of tired, honestly, Joe, of having people in the car telling stories and me driving the car and not hitting record.
Yeah.
Right? I had Tommy DeVito in the back seat one night, and he's sitting back there talking and telling stories. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God. But he was telling crazy stories, talking to Pat, and then Pete Barbuti, and then you've got Shecky, and all these people. So I thought, well, let's just get them recorded and have fun in conversation telling the stories.
Right. I think that your stories, I'm sure you have like a Bible of stories that people will love to read about. When your husband, may he rest in peace, Pat Cooper, for you individuals out there, Pat Cooper was one of the funniest guys in the entertainment field. Everybody wanted to be around Pat Cooper, especially when they were doing all these roasts, Frank Sinatra roasts, Jerry Lewis roasts, all these roasts. Pat Cooper was always there.
He was.
Tell me a little bit about Shelly. You met Emily back in the day. What else can you tell us about Shelly that we don't know about?
About me or about her?
By you, I was happy with all the stories you've told me.
Oh, yeah.
That you met Emily. But were you ever able to meet Pat yourself or not?
No.
Only Emily.
I only met him through her, and looking him up online and everything, and watching his old videos and just loving him and laughing so hard because he was very, very funny, very sarcastic funny, and that's kind of how I am too. So yeah, I thought he was great.
It's funny because last year I was named the Grand Lady of the San Gennaro Feast in Las Vegas,
Right.
And people would ask me, "Oh, so are you Italian?" Well, I'm really everything but Italian. I'm Irish, but very Northern European. I'm everything but Italian. But of course, Pat, living with him and being with him so much, he ingrained a lot of the Italian culture in me. Right. So I end up being the Grand Lady, which was a lovely honor, and it was so fun. Yeah. So I actually invited Wesley and Shelly to the event. And it was It was a week long. And they ended up coming on a night when they didn't even know whether I would be there. And I ended up being there. And we ran into each other, and it was just a great moment. Do you have the photo?
What?
Yeah, we have a photo of that. Anyway, it was just a really special moment because I looked up and I said, "Oh my God, it's Wesley and Shelly! Look, they're right there."
There you go.
Yeah, they're there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there we are. And that was actually the last night of it. It was a lot of fun.
Now, there's also some other photos that you have with your ex-husband, your husband, may he rest in peace. Pat Cooper. Is some great photos that we have. Maybe there we go.
So there's Pat with Sammy Davis Jr. That's in Vegas, and Roy Clark.
Yeah.
And Pat loved Sammy, and I don't really know the story of that actual photo, but that was in Vegas for sure.
Yeah. Well, Sammy Davis. Yeah, Roy Clark was one hell of a singer too. Huh?
Yeah, that was definitely in Vegas though.
Yeah. Let's go to our next one.
That photo was at the Ahern Hotel when last year they did Frank Laspina does a kids show there, and they picked. We basically chose all of Pat's favorite songs, standards, and they did a lovely a lovely tribute to him with all of his favorite songs, and these children sang the songs. It was lovely.
Okay,
Because they learned the standards.
Let's go to the next photo there. Oh, hey, it's my buddy.
Yep. So there's Pat with Ali. That photo hung in his office in his home for 35 years.
Back in 1975.
Or actually 30 years. 30 years until his wife died in 2005. Yeah. So he was really proud of meeting him, as well as Joe Louis. He was a huge fighting fan till the end. He loved MMA in the end. He's.
Well, he was more MMA guy.
In the end, he was.
At the end, yeah. A lot of people turned to MMA, but Muhammad Ali was one of the great ones. Shelly, your husband was also a friend of Muhammad Ali back in the day, too, more than around the same era.
Exactly. It's like we all have so much in common. It's just crazy the way things pop up, because today, when I was talking to my husband about Emily, the stories of Muhammad Ali, and Joe with his stories of Muhammad Ali, and then, he's like, well, don't forget about me. I knew him too. And I'm like, I know. So, yeah, that was when was it? The fight in Puerto Rico, right?
That was in Puerto Rico back in 1975, around there as well. Mm-hmm. And Muhammad Ali was training at the El Salvador Hotel. We had a gym set up for him. Mm-hmm. I was working with the sister hotel, the El Conquista Hotel, but I was there that day when I guess Wesley was there. And I didn't know Wesley personally back in those days, but I was there when Muhammad Ali was training, getting ready for that fight as well.
What a great photo! Wow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So this was last year on what would have been Pat's birthday. July 31st at the Italian American Museum in New York. That's Joe Piscopo with me and Jimmy Webb, the songwriter who wrote Up and Away, and with his wife Laura Savini. So, of course, Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. recorded that song, but those are, Jimmy and Laura are two of my very best friends, and Joe Piscopo. We all hosted that show together. It was a tribute to Pat on his birthday, and I created that whole backdrop there with photos and things. It was a great event at the Italian American Museum. It was the launch of the opening.
Yeah, we got other photos as well, I believe.
There's Shecky Green with Pat and Pete Barbuti at Green Valley Ranch. It's hard to believe Pat and Shecky are gone. It seems like yesterday.
Right. Let's go to the next one.
So that was a long time ago. This was way back when we first knew Pat. That's in New York City with Pat and my mother. Right outside of an Italian restaurant.
Now, your mother's here in Las Vegas now?
Yeah, she is.
Right?
Well, I think, hopefully she's going to stay.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. She doesn't need to go back to Florida.
Good. Yeah. I got to go to the next photo.
Okay, so this was at the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens when we installed the paver on the Celebrity Path, because the Celebrity Path at the gardens is all about people who either were born in Brooklyn or significant residents of Brooklyn. So that was a big deal. We did that last year at the paver laid down.
And that's where again?
In Brooklyn, at the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And they put that one right in the front.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really nice that they did that.
Let's see our next one now.
Oh, that's me.
That's a beautiful.
Look how pretty
beautiful
you look.
That's me.
She's beautiful in person and in pictures.
That's sweet. Well, that's a promo photo for my new show.
And the show's going to be called Laughs?
Legends and Laughs. There it is. Legends and Laughs on HeyVegasTV.com.
What day of the week is that show be shown?
Well, it's going to be streamed, but it'll be on HeyVegasTV.com for now. And it's going to launch in probably 2 weeks, the first week of April, around then.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, but we'll have all kinds of... I've got a lot of great people lined up. I can't really tell you who it is, but you can follow us on @Legends and Laughs on Facebook and Instagram, as well as my Emily's Las Vegas on Instagram. And Hey Vegas TV, but HeyVegasTV.com.
That'd be great. That'd be good. I mean, it'd be something new, something that people need here in Las Vegas. We were looking for some kind of talent in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So you're going to be bringing new stuff into Vegas. The old from the past and the new stuff is going on today.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention that my theme song for my show is Quincy Jones' instrumental version of On the Street Where You Live from My Fair Lady. And I love that song anyway. But
you have the copyright to that?
I got the licensing for it, but I love that song because it sort of expresses the fact that people actually do live in Las Vegas, right? We don't all live in casinos or gamble for a living, right? We actually live here, and people have wonderful stories about living in Las Vegas, and it's a wonderful place to live now.
Is it still true that what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas?
Pretty much, but everybody needs to come here, and they are. I think this is the most exciting place to live now and be. It is the entertainment capital of the world, and they're calling it Hollywood 2.0. Where else would you want to be now than here?
Well, Mark Wahlberg and some of the other Hollywood stars are making moves to Las Vegas now.
That's right.
They're opening up studios.
The studios. Right. No, it's very exciting. I'm really happy that I am here now.
Yeah.
And Pat, helped usher me in, and he came back. He never expected to come back here he thought he was going to, die in New York, he would always say. He said, nobody would ever believe that I'm back in Vegas. But we had a lot of fun in his last 5 years here.
Well,
really did.
Mark Wahlberg, I ran into Mark Wahlberg here in Vegas. He's such a great actor. He told me, he said, "Oh my God, Joe, come here, Joe." He said, "Man, I'm a big fan of yours." I said, "What?" I looked at him like, "Well, I'm a big fan of yours." He said, "Joe, no, I used to go to all the fights. I used to watch Julio Cesar Chavez, and I love him as one of the greatest fighters out there." He said, "Joe, I'm making a movie about Julio Cesar Chavez." He said, "I want you to be my referee." So we talked about it a little bit. We exchanged phone numbers. We're waiting to see when is that going to happen. Hopefully it happens soon. Mark, if you're watching, don't forget, watch the Emily show, Lefts and Legends. And don't forget about me. When we do that movie, Julio Cesar Chavez, we're ready to go make it happen as soon as possible. I did a movie with Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
I did one with Eddie Murphy, I Spy. I did one with Wesley Snipes, Undisputed. So I've been in the game with the boxing, but these celebrities are really down-to-earth guys, People say, these celebrities, they're different kind of people. They're like you and I. We can talk one-on-one into each other. Very kind, loving guys. And that's the way Pat was too with people. People misunderstood him because he was a comedian. But he was a little rough sometimes, but that was his style. That's what he was known for. One of the greatest out there.
That was his shtick. And
exactly.
But he had the biggest heart of anybody I ever knew. I gotta tell you.
I know.
And when Mark Wahlberg comes to town again, you can introduce him to Emily and myself, since we both have Broadway backgrounds.
Mark has a restaurant called Fletcher Cantina.
Right.
Here in Las Vegas, a new little Mexican restaurant that he has. It's a nice place. Near the whole
John DiDomenico had his birthday party there a few months ago. Yeah, it was wonderful. That was the first time I've been there.
It's only been open about a year, and I'm not even there yet.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, nice place.
It's great. Listen, this is a very exciting place to be, and I'm thrilled to be here. So I want to, have you all on the show and just talk about Vegas and the history and the future and everything.
There's a lot of good people here in Las Vegas. I don't say 100%, but there's like 98% of people here are pretty good. I love people here. There's so many individuals here that we care. Me, I'm a loving, caring guy. I love to help people out. My thing is about giving and paying it forward because in this world, life is short. We have a time limit. Before you know it, the time is up.
Amen.
And you take the full count,
It's true. We never know what's coming tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, I believe in being kind and loving with everybody, just embrace one another.
Embrace. I was going to say that.
We need that, That's why when I met you the first time, I said, wait a minute. I said, Shelly, this is the one. She's a good one, very special one.
That's the same thing we said, too, when we met her.
Yeah.
And the same thing when we met you. It's like, what do they say, 6 degrees of separation? Yeah, exactly. We all have something in common.
We're so proud to have you on the show today because our viewers out there, they want to see not only good talent, but beautiful talent. Look how beautiful the young lady is.
Oh, thanks.
And then we got a St. Patty's Day coming up next week. Anything special happening that you know of?
Well, I'm taping another show next week.
On the same day? Okay, that's good.
I'm actually going to have Pete Barbuti on my show next week.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
and
great.
he was on The Tonight Show 38 times.
Wow.
He's a professional interviewee.
Wow, he is.
So he's going to put pressure on me, but he's one of my really good friends. What a wonderful guy, and what stories he's got, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, I can imagine. He's been 38 on Saturday Night Live?
On the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
With Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson loved him and always would get him up in the seat.
Johnny
Carson
was one of my favorites, I used to watch Johnny Carson. I watched a little clip of him the other day. Some guy, a guest, bought a monkey on the And then if he was playing with Johnny Carson,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you laugh. Johnny Carson was one of the great ones.
Well, he was a professional, obviously, and he did. I think he was more comfortable actually on camera than off. You know, he just had this persona. Just once the cameras went on, that he was, you know, he was,
guy.
but he was a genius at what he did.
It was just like me. When the people say, Joe, you want to dance? I said, I don't dance. But you know what? When I'm home, put on that music, man, I like the salsa music, boy kind of music. I like to dance. I like to stay in shape.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, girl, I'll have to show you the video of his Christmas party at his house, and we were there, and
my goodness.
he just jumped up out of nowhere and just grabbed me, and we started salsa dancing at the party.
People come and Joe, let's dance. When we go to Lola's, people dancing. Joe, come up and dance. I'm a little kind of bashful when it comes to that, you know. But when the bell rings, watch out. I'm ready to.
I love Lola's. I gotta
You
go
guys
back.
have to come on the same night. It'll be a blast.
Saturday
seriously.
night, well, you performed there Saturday night from 6 to 10,
6
right?
to 10 every
You're
Saturday.
twice as nice.
Yeah. So we'll
Yep.
see you Saturday.
That's great.
And you all are coming on my show too, right?
That's right.
That's right.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't
That's
wait.
right.
Wesley.
I
Yeah,
can't
it's going to be
wait.
good. It'll be good. You know, your show's going to be something that we need here in Las Vegas. I think that the viewers out there going to be saying, you know what, we needed something like this because not many people talk about the past, the shows of the past. We need that. Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, Pat Cooper, all the great ones, you know. Out there, let's see what life was about back then. But we got some new talent here around here
Well,
tonight.
and Pat would say that too. He'd say, enough with yesterday. He would say that, you know, that was yesterday. We appreciate yesterday, and we got to talk about it because it's part of what this town is.
Right.
But we have to also embrace today and the future.
Exactly. And that picture that they showed of Wesley with Muhammad Ali was a big fan of the Stylistics. You know, Wesley was with the Stylistics since he was like 14 years old. And so he had went to the concert, and then they met, and then they invited him to the training camp where they were the next day, and Wesley was so excited. And then I told Wesley, after I met Wesley, he told me that story, and I'm like, you know what? I used to be a flight attendant with Pan Am, and Muhammad Ali was one of my passengers in first class, and he was so kind and so loving. He made me go and get all the kids that were in economy and bring them up to first class, and they all sat around him, and he did magic tricks for him, and I thought that was so special. Yeah, so we all have great
That's a
Muhammad
wonderful
Ali
story.
stories. Yeah, we have some good ones. I told you we have a lot in common.
Yeah, I love that.
I used to be with Muhammad Ali. I had the pleasure of being with him many times during the fights, especially one night I was doing a Mike Tyson fight when he fought up Kevin McBride in Washington, D.C., and Muhammad Ali was there that night. And I remember Muhammad Ali, Layla Ali, his daughter, was fighting that night. She won that night. Mike Tyson, unfortunately, I had to stop the fight. Mike Tyson didn't have it that night. That was the last pro fight. He retired. And I was able to talk to Muhammad Ali before the fight. Not after the fight, because after the fight, you know, I got taken back to the dressing room with Mike Tyson and all the fighters. We got back there. When I came back out, Muhammad Ali was already gone. But Muhammad Ali was an individual. I remember one day we were doing some fights in Atlantic City, and Mike Tyson was fighting Larry Holmes, and I was a referee. And I remember Muhammad Ali coming over to the corner when they introduced Muhammad Ali to the audience. And I was able to, when they introduced him, I raised his hand up in the air. That's the only time I ever got to raise Muhammad Ali's hands up. I never got to referee Muhammad Ali. I wasn't refereeing back in that era. But Muhammad Ali was a gentleman, caring, loving guy. And he stayed at the hotel that I managed down in Puerto Rico, the El San Juan Hotel, where he was I guess on a regular basis. But he came there to fight a couple of times, and your husband Wesley was performing there one time with the Stylistics, I believe he was at the time. And I tell you, Emily, you know, being around celebrities is a great thing to have. What a great experience, you know. Especially, you know yourself, when you were with Pat, he would take you to meet different individuals, all these celebrities. I mean, I never had the honor of meeting Sammy Davis. He came staying at the hotel where I was at one time, but I was kind of bashful to go speak to him because at the time I was a room clerk at the time, a front desk clerk, and I was afraid kind of to approach him. But then later on, I got to meet all those big celebrities, and Willie Mays was one of my favorites, and Joe DiMaggio was another. I would hang out with these guys day and night. I would hang out with Willie Mays 4 days in a row. 4 nights in a row, Willie would call me, Joe, we're going to San Juan tonight. Pick me up. And I will pick him up, and we go hang out with his buddy. Joe DiMaggio was a nice guy. We never talked about Marilyn Monroe. and but he was a very light drinker. But he would like to play celebrity golf tournament. So we had a lot of good time, a lot of good experience. That's why you guys have been blessed in so many ways in the entertainment field. You, Shelly, with your husband, with your music. And you, Emily, married to one of the greatest. And Pat Cooper was one of the great ones. And I'm glad you're following his footsteps now and doing your own thing that you've done.
Yeah, and I grew up in a show business family. My mother was one of the Serendipity Singers, which was a big folk group back in the 60s.
Right.
They were so I always kind of grew up around, quirky show business people a little bit. And then I met Pat. I was like, oh, that's my kind of crazy person.
Yeah. Well, Pat was really unbelievable. He was one of a kind.
He was so fun and so great. He was so good to me. He was a wonderful guy. I miss him terribly.
Yeah.
But we have to just move on, which he wanted me to do. He was almost 94, when he died. Physically, mentally, he was like 30.
Yeah. He was sharp.
He
Right?
wore me out. He was a handful in good ways, though.
And I think from up there, he's guiding you right now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is what you're going to be doing next. Now it's your turn. I'm gonna help. He's guiding you.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna have a good show. I know it's gonna be great. A lot of you viewers out there, please don't miss that show. It's called Laughter and.
It's called Legends and Laughs. You can find us at Legends and Laughs on social media, and there it is. Yeah, on HeyVegasTV.com.
And we gotta make sure that you like and share and subscribe to this show and to Emily's show as well, because we want to make sure that people really follow up on your show on a regular basis.
And I also just want to mention we're continuing Pat's legacy through his verified Instagram account that he and I started back during COVID at the Pat Cooper. There's some fun stuff on there. We'll keep posting things on there.
Great.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
At the Pat Cooper on Instagram, and there's also mine at Emily's Las Vegas, and then at Legends and Laughs.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun watching these shows. I mean, they're gonna be interesting. Shelly, now you performing at Lola's on Saturday nights?
Yes, every Saturday from 6 to 10. And then once a month, we're at the German American Club. We do a Motown and More show on the second Tuesday of every month. And then we're going to be celebrating Wesley's birthday April 7th is his birthday, so we're going to have a special birthday party for him at Lola's and also one at the German American Club.
Yeah,
So
nice.
he gets to do it twice.
You're gonna double the birthday party.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna double the age, so. You're gonna keep the numbers. You're gonna subtract instead of adding on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great.
Oh my God.
But Emily, tell me again. You're here in Las Vegas now. You've been here how many years now in Vegas?
This year in May, it'll actually be 7 years.
7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
And it just flew by. The first 5 years was with Pat. So June will be 2 years that Pat's been gone. And I've just been, embracing the town.
Yeah.
And I've made a lot of friends through him, but also, there are a lot of nice people here. I love living here. It's a wonderful place.
It is a wonderful place. It's just meeting the right people. And not everybody is what you think they are. There's a lot of people out there. I'm sorry to say, if you viewers out there watching, you know who I'm talking about. If you're not a real person, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, you know what? I did the right things the right way. But if you can't get in front of the mirror and say that, then you know who I'm talking about. We have to try to be loving, caring.
That's right.
And always be sincere with everybody and giving and caring.
Yeah.
You can't be as people out there all the time.
No, and the ones who are not sincere are very transparent. It's clear to see who's not sincere, and we don't need them.
What we like to do is we like to help out the young folks coming up. That's right. And we also like to help some of the seniors that are out there that need some help as well, So the thing is, give, love, and share, and just be one-on-one with people that you love out there.
And enjoy the town. And we should all be really grateful that we are here in this place. And this place is booming.
It's booming. Every day something new is coming up. Yeah. A lot of new talent. And we still need new talent. That's why I'm glad you have that show that they put it together, because you're going to get a lot of new talent out there. Yeah. You give them opportunity, open the doors for them, to show them, hey, you're here in Vegas, we're here to help you.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's how Joe is. He's always helping people open doors, and I just want to thank him personally for having me as his co-host, because I just love this job.
Well, you know what? I love having people like you on the show.
Perfect.
Emily, beautiful. Shelly's beautiful. Me, I don't know if I'm beautiful. Muhammad Ali was beautiful. I'm not. but I'm hard to beat. Take care, guys. We'll see you guys next week. God bless you.
Thank you.
Undisputed champion
Thank
here,
you.
Emily. Right here, Emily.
Thank you. Thank
bless
you all
you.
for having me. It was great fun.
See you next week.
See
Take
you
care.
next week.